Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be having a look at this oversized matchbox. It's called Puzzling Obscurities. Within the matchbox is 10 smaller matchboxes, actually 12 if you're counting the matchstick challenges, and each one has got its own unique puzzle inside. So often on this channel we're covering limited edition handmade puzzles. They can be upwards of hundreds of pounds or dollars, but hopefully we're going to prove today that you don't have to spend the earth to get some cool little puzzles, so let's take a look at them. Okay, first up we've got this one. It's called Rings of Fire, so let's take a look. Okay, so I think it gives us the task on the back. So can you separate the two metal rings and put them back together again? So let's see how this one goes. Okay, we've got two rings connected by a bit of string here. And this one, unless I'm missing something, is not very difficult at all. All we seem to be needing to do is just to literally put one bit of string over the other hoop, over the other ring, and that is it solved. Okay, that was excessively easy. Right, Rings of Fire, done. Next up, let's try Yin and Yang. So this one looks like two interconnected pieces of metal, two loops here, and let's have a look. I'm guessing the objective is to separate and then reattach them, so let's take a look. Okay, we've got right, that was about 5 seconds. So this is not proven to be the hardest box of puzzles we've ever had a look at, but maybe it will get more challenging. Right, Yin and Yang, done. This could be the quickest video we've ever filmed. So this one looks like a ring stuck on a spring, and it is named the spring, so let's try this one. Okay, we've got a ring here on the spring. Looks like you could twist it down to either end. So I can twist it down to this end. I can twist it down to this end, and then it's not going any further, right? So this feels like an easy one that I feel like I should know. Let's take it right down to the end. And then with a lock out there, I kind of feel I want to flip it over. Okay, we seem to have one that is taking longer than 10 seconds. I'm sure people in the comments probably are shouting that they know the answer to this one right now, because it's probably a really classic one that I've just missed. I guess you could bend the spring. Is that going to be a thing? Is that allowed? If we bend it. I've flipped it over. I'm not sure how much of this is allowed here. Kind of using a little bit of force. Flip it over. Flip it back over. Oh. Trying to figure out what I actually need to do here. Right, it's connected around one of the coils. So we need to... What do we need to do? Now we're just on the one coil. So if we bring it down this end. What am I missing here? This should be simple. It's a bit heavy. Okay, I reckon if I bring it in here to the middle, twist out. Actually, if I can twist this piece around, that feels better. Right, let's take it down this end, and we can now loop it over. Okay, the spring completed. I'll put that back actually. So not a very difficult one, but you have to know the secret to that one. A little bit trickier than I anticipated given the first two. The pyramid, I reckon I actually already know how to do this one without even opening the box. So, okay, I was expecting a 2-piece pyramid. What we have here is actually a 3-piece pyramid, but I still think this one's going to be okay. So let's build a pyramid with the 3 wooden pieces. So let's try it up here. So I think this looks like a kind of classic 2-piece pyramid puzzle. And this piece has looks like it's just been cut in half. So that should form a piece like this. And if we put that piece down here, then our second piece, I'm sure you can maybe see it now, sits up here to form the pyramid. So there we go, 3-piece puzzle done. I do really like the 2-piece version of this one. It's like a super simple puzzle, but sometimes people just cannot get it for a couple of minutes. You try lots of different variations because it's not naturally what you want to try and do. This looks like a classic puzzle. It's called the cross. So again, what have we got here? We've got 3 pieces. So 3 wooden pieces here, and can we build the wooden puzzle? So we are aiming for this cross that has got all these pieces intersected. This looks like the piece that you obviously are going to need to use first, so we can thread. We can't thread, it doesn't fit. Can we thread this one? These pieces seem awfully tight. Okay, so we've got 3 pieces, they're all different. We've got these grooves in them, so I don't know how to do this one, but let's have a look, because I don't think it'll be... So we need that one, and then the third one is going to sit... How is the third one going to sit? We've got one intersecting the other, and then the third one wants to sit... How can I not see this? Like this, I think. I'm having a moment here where I can't. So we've got one. They don't quite fit right through each other, so maybe that's actually intentional. They're not supposed to fit right through. But since we've got 1, 2 like this, and then the third one is sitting like this. Okay. So I could have one somewhere here. So it's going to be a case of threading one into position, sliding it into the right place. And that one wants to sit like this. So we twist it once it's in. Take this one off. 1, 2, and then the third one wants to sit through here. Okay. 2, 3. So this one I bet is really easy, just taking me a few minutes here to try and get it. There's only 3 pieces here, so what I'm sure it's very well known, this puzzle. It's just not quite right. What am I doing? Over the top? No. Oh dear. Right. This is the solution. I'm 100% sure of it. What am I doing wrong? That one wants to sit like this. Okay. I think. Okay, maybe this one doesn't want to go on the center here. Maybe actually, could we put it on here? Put it on, not that way around. If we put it on this way around, and then move the whole piece up, oh, that's quite stiff. Nearly there. Right, this is looking good. In there, done. Finally, right, cross. This one's got to be the one that's been hardest so far. Take it all apart. So the cross, finally solved. This definitely is a classic one. This is called the Tangram puzzle, really well known one. Can you arrange the 7 wooden pieces into a square shape? So this is a really classic puzzle. Lots of variations on this. You get 7 pieces and 9-piece tangrams. This one is the 7-piece one. So let's see if we can make a square out of it. Got different shapes of pieces. And the tangram puzzles, so you get these with all sorts of different shapes that you can make out of the same pieces. So there's lots of different challenges you can do with the Tangram in terms of different things to try and make and create, which makes it a really good puzzle that you can pretty much play with endlessly. Having said all this, I should absolutely 100% know how to solve this. I think this is like a really old style of puzzle as well, dating back hundreds of years. I can't remember exactly when it was created. In my mind, I want to say it was the Greeks, one of the ancient Greeks, possibly Archimedes or something, but I might be getting mixed up there. This really shouldn't actually be that difficult. I'm going to be making a meal out of one of the simpler puzzles here, I think. We're getting very close a lot of the time, but no actual luck here on the solution. I don't know if this is too small, slightly too small, this shape. I'll try just... Ah, this feels so close. How can it be? So if we go down here, then where are we going to put this square? There? Oh, look. Does that look right? Yeah. There we go, finally. Call that done. There's a Tangram, so that took a lot longer, especially seeing as this is such a classic puzzle. I really should have known how to do this one. Okay, let's put this one away and get on to the next one. So, Tangram, some of these boxes coming apart a little bit. We have the knot. It's another classic puzzle. So can we build the wooden puzzle? We're aiming for this star-shaped knot. We have 6 pieces. So a bit of a burr puzzle kind of style thing maybe here. And the pieces are going to interlock. So we've got one solid piece and the rest of the pieces all exactly the same. Let's have a look. No, they're not. So we've got 3, 2 and 1. And we've got to interlock them to create this kind of knot shape. So the piece is going to sit. So basically what we're going to need to do is create a shape with a gap in the middle of it that we can just slide. This will be the key piece and that will just slide in to lock the whole thing in place. Before that we have to figure out how these are going to go together. So it looks like from the picture here, it looks like all the pieces kind of intersect at different angles. So just trying to figure out how that's going to look on here. So I think we're going to need to have these pieces towards the middle. So maybe one of those on either side. Where's that one there, that one there. So these are going to want to sit like this probably, so that we can slide the final piece in through there. So now we need to figure out how to get these arranged. So I think we've got kind of like a 2x2 burr here, so that wants to sit this one can sit here. No. Fiddly. The one thing I don't like about this style of puzzle is trying to do this size of puzzle at this, with this style. So how do we want it to sit like this? We need to keep this shape like here. So we want that to sit in there eventually. So that's what we're going for. Something like this. Just need to figure out how to get the other pieces on there. So we've got 3 of them. So that wants to sit out. Okay, that's looking quite good, because then if we can get this piece on here, does that fit in there? Kind of. Push that up a bit, there we go. This one, flip it around. If I just get a bit of, this is looking good. I think I just need to get that one in there. Oh my goodness. Not enough hands. Right, there we go. So, if I maybe just pick that up with my mouth. If I can get this one in. Kind of. Right, I've got it. And I'm not going to let this defeat me. Right, here we go. This one in here. This one in here. I don't know if you can actually see, but I'm really struggling to twist this piece around. No. And is that going to hold? It doesn't feel like it's going to hold, but it feels like it's right. I was so sure this was right. This looks... Oh dear. Squeeze it all together. I'm sure that looks right, but it's not holding together. I'm going to call that done. We'll call that done, move on to the next one. I'm not sure if I got that. Somebody let me know. Was that actually solved or not? Next up, we are looking at, this one's walk the plank, and it looks like what we've got to do is separate two planks and then reattach them. Okay, so we've got two pieces connected by a string, and we've got to try and separate this out. So, can we thread this here through the hole? Obviously these beads here stopping it coming through the plank, I guess you'd call it. But maybe if we can, ooh, it's a bit fiddly, thread that through there. Right, let's figure this out. That through there, and if we bring this through, bring it back. So I think I had two interconnections there, so I need to get this bead here to come through that loop. So we just need to feed that loop through. It's like an impossible task, right? You've got to feed these through here, but how can you? Because they're on the other side of this board. You can't feed the board through because that just doesn't work. So what we need to do, I have seen this one before, is we need to feed the loop through here. Pass that through there. And they magically separate. So I've seen this one before. It's a bit of a case with these puzzles that the ones that I've seen before, obviously not very difficult because I've seen them before, but definitely with ones that I've not seen before, they're taking me a lot longer than I'd anticipated. So we'll lock it on once, and I think it was locked twice to begin with, so we'll just reset it to that position. Through again. And go through there. Okay, so that's it, locked it back in place. So that was walk the plank. This box looks like it needs a little bit of repair. So we've got next up snooker balls. So I think I might know this one, depends. Yeah, so we've got classic one here on the back. Can you build a pyramid using these balls? So we have 2 4 long pieces, 4 3 long pieces. So this is actually a puzzle that like a lot of these puzzles will stand alone as puzzles themselves, but this one fairly fun to do. So we've got the 4 long snooker balls. They're calling this one, I've seen it as cannonballs as in other places. We're going to have 4 long at the end because these ones are going to have to be some kind of edge piece because of the length of them. And now if I can just remember, 4, this one's going to sit at the top, 4 3. Yeah, if we put 1 on here, one on here, one on here, one on here, and the final one sits at the top there. Give it a little bit of a push. Quite a small example of this one, but it's a really fun puzzle, easy to play around with, and nice solution when you do see it. Snooker balls, so we are very nearly there. We've done 9 out of the 10 puzzles. The final one we're looking at today is tea time. Another classic puzzle. Can you arrange the 4 wooden pieces into a tea? So this is one of those ones that I don't know the solution to, so come back in half an hour and I may have it done. Let's have a look at this one then. Okay, so we've got 4 pieces. We need to make a tea, so obviously we're going to have a long piece at the bottom. It looks like these 2 pieces are going to have to be, one of them's going to have to be the stalk of the tea and one of them's going to have to be the cross here. Let's just figure out how it's going to go. We could of course have some, so these 2 pieces just need to work out how they interact. So something like this. So these pieces all fit together quite nicely. Obviously that throws you off. I've completed the L puzzle. So this one is the awkward one. So how's that going to sit? I think this is going to maybe involve these pieces not sitting at right angles to each other somehow, with it sitting kind of 45 degrees or so. Let's see. So we're going to have the bottom of the tea. So either this one is going to be the bottom. Can't be that way. This could be the bottom of the tea here. So if we work on that assumption, then just don't, this piece here doesn't fit into this section. It could fit there. So many ways that they could fit in together. That doesn't seem quite right, that piece there though. So I think we need, what do we need? We need this piece. No, now this one doesn't want to fit. How did that one go? Like that. And then just not quite. I don't know. Oh man, this is a pretty tricky one. So I feel like this has got to be the base here. Oh, okay. How about this? Could we? No. How about? Oh, look at this. Here we go. There's a T. So that was the tea puzzle. So only 4 pieces, but it kept me pretty busy for a little while there. I love the solution for this one, hidden in plain sight. I think the tea might be my favorite out of all the puzzles here, possibly just recency bias, but there we go. I'd love to know in the comments which one was your favorite in the puzzles. Some of them super simple, some of them definitely a little bit more tricky. I reckon if you're a beginner, this would keep you busy for a while. If you're a bit more experienced, then maybe not for you. But for me, it took about an hour to work through those puzzles. There's also matchstick puzzles as well. So like make the shape with the matchsticks, but I'm not going to get into those today because I think we've probably taken long enough in this video. But thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.